What's up everyone, Wolfman here, back at it again with another LEGO Star Wars review, and today I am doing a starship design that's basically, I'm gonna say, my absolute favorite type of ship from the prequel trilogy. It's the first ship that actually made its appearance at the start of Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, and it's actually a military version of that ship. It's the Republic Frigate, as you can see in the title of this video. Now before I get into the review itself, just another quick reminder of the upcoming review on my Grand Fleet, which is going to be uploaded this coming weekend on the 26th of the month of November. So definitely something to tune into that, because I'm going to be showing ships from the different factions of the different eras, prequel, Clone Wars, so Republic, Rebellion, Imperial, First Order, and anything in between, including Mandalorian. So you'll even see this ship along with the other ships of reviews I have done over the past 2 months, I would say at this point, if not longer. So all those ships, including the ones from my Mock Monday reviews, are going to be in that video. So definitely tune into that if you're not new to my, actually if you are new to the channel, that's definitely something to tune into. So with that out of the way, and without any further ado, on to the review. And here it is, set number 7964, the Republic Frigate. The set comes complete with 1,015 pieces, and the set was released back in 2011 and comes with 5 minifigs, 4 of which are unique to the set, and you can only get these guys in this set. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with those guys. As you can see in the photo here, a close-up, you got the 3 ones in the front are all Jedi, along with 2 clones in the back. I'm going to start off with the most iconic one being Yoda, the front one in front and center. The one to his left is Quinlan Vos, and the one at the other end is Eth Koth. All 3 of these guys do come with their lightsabers. I do not care to give them their lightsabers whatsoever, but all 3 of them come with green lightsabers, every single one of them. You know, the 2 clones the 2 clones back here, one is Commander Wolf and the other one is a Wolf Pack Trooper. I do believe that both these guys actually do have jetpacks, which I was excuse me, just a little too careless to put them on. And I was ecstatic to acquire these guys, and I'm a big time Wolf fan. I mean, as you can tell in the tattoo, if you can see it on my arm here, and of course my channel name, and of course the name I go by. So I'm just a big fan of the whole Wolf Pack and the 104th Attack Battalion, which these guys are from. And Wolf actually comes with a detailed face, as you can see in this photo here, along with the clone trooper. He actually has an eye taken out. There's actually a little bit of lore in that. And some point during the Clone Wars, this wasn't shown on the program but on a comic, he was battling against Asajj Ventress, Count Dooku's assailant, and she actually takes him out and strikes at him with one of her lightsabers and takes an eye out. So he gets a cybernetic implant, which he would have throughout his remaining days, even after the war. He also made a big appearance in the Star Wars Rebels TV series, along with Rex and Gregor. So just a little bit of lore on that. And of course, the other Wolfpack Trooper is your standard clone trooper. So quite thrilled to get this guy, because this was the one big reason why I got this set. Of course, these guys do have, the detailing of these guys, even from set from 2011, so 11 years ago, the detailing is actually quite spot on for these guys. They even got detailings in the back end. Not a single one of these guys has 2 face, so not even Voss or Koth, they do not come with double face. So quite pleased with their designs, and really can't say anything negative about it, especially how Wolf's face, or the design on Wolf's face, which really makes him stand out. Quite the unique character. Stern, but good-natured. So move those guys out of the way and move on to the set itself. And this is the militarized version of the Consort class. If anyone who has seen, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. This was the ship that Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn flew on to go to the Trade Federation that was blockading the planet of Naboo. And when I first saw that ship, I absolutely loved the ship. I loved the design, I loved the sound of the motors that they gave this ship, And I unfortunately never got that version of of that set. I mean, that one was for legit from episode 1, and that sucker was mostly red, so I never got that. So when this was announced, or when I found out about it, I was ecstatic. So I just had to get the set, and I'm so glad I did. Unfortunately, at some point after that, I did take it apart. So this is actually a little bit modified. You can see right here, there's a red brick here, and there's actually two on this side. I mean, the pieces that I was using were from I put in another set, so I didn't exactly. So this set isn't exactly 100%, but I actually did do a few modifications. And one of the big features this sucker has that they put onto a ship are these turrets here. I mean, they've got two of them on both sides. They do go a full 360 degrees, and they actually have some on the bottoms. However, they only go up and down, but I actually changed that and did a little modifications to make them move. So they actually do turn as well as go up and down. So that was a feature that I wanted to do myself. And of course, when he said this sucker does have landing gear, which is a neat feature. They do get tucked away a little bit, and the sucker also has a handle. So I'll just show you guys what the sucker looks like with the landing gear. And the other one, I believe, did have retractable landing gear, or at least gets tucked away. So that's kind of the profile you would see with the landing gear retracted. So that's actually a nice touch, so I actually like that feature. This sucker does have a little bit of other playability. It's got the flick missiles here in the front above the cockpit, along with a radar dish. And it opens up, you can actually see only one minifigure in it. So it's got that going. But it also has a detachable pod right down here, just like the other one. But that one was a little bit of a different shape. I'll go ahead and show you guys this. Comes down like that, lifts up. You can actually fit up to 4 minifigures in here. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but I think, but it actually works pretty well. And the other version of this sucker, the designs for the pod were a little bit different. They used the same piece on both sides. Basically on both sides, but this is a nice change-up because you can actually put more than one figure or more than 2 figures in it, because I think the other one they can only do 2 of them. Of course, you can deploy the pod by this lever right here, which is a neat touch. And they actually get this thing a feature where it can actually load and deploy bombs. You can stick them in there, and this is a feature that I purposely left out when I rebuilt this sucker. But I think on this side there was a lever or something you pull out and it deploys the bombs down below, which is a neat feature. And of course this thing does have an interior on both sides. I don't know if you can see that, but I left the detail or detailing stuff outside of this on both sides here. So I really never cared too much for some of the inside stuff because I just use it as a part of the fleet, so I don't really bother too much on the insides that much, but you can fit the Jedi and the clones in there. It's a neat touch, so definitely something cool going on that. But this also has a rear gunner position. Unfortunately, did not have all the pieces that go along with it. I mean, it's got the same flick missiles in the back as well as the front, but this sucker actually comes with a slot. You can actually put a minifigure in. You can just slide them right in there, and this sucker does have a little control panel. I don't know if anyone can see that, but there's a control panel right there for the clone trooper, for anyone, like a clone trooper or a Jedi or someone that can just be placed in there. But one of the best features I really like about this are the 3 thruster engines. Now even the thrusters here I changed a little bit. I mainly changed the colors on the inside thrusters here. I did a translucent blue instead of the, I believe yellow, so I gave it a bit more pizzazz, I would have to say. And I actually loved it and actually like that design feature. Shoot, fire. That came undone? Man, that was unexpected. But yeah, it was definitely something worth doing. And there is quite a lot of bit of lore behind the ship itself, and it was mainly featured, or at least this version, the Battle Frigate version, was featured in the Clone Wars. You can even see in the very first episode of the Clone Wars series, which I believe was episode Ambush, Master Yoda and a few other clone troopers were riding on one of these when they were attacked by separatists, and this ship was probably featured in several other battles, and it was always fun to see these guys basically in action during the Clone Wars series. And they really never really showed this sucker again on the screen, but I think they might have shown this, or at least another variant of this, in The Rise of Skywalker. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone would take the time to actually look at that scene on Exegol of all of the different ships and different planetary systems, you might see something similar to this, or even the exact same ship. But either way, this is basically by far my most favorite prequel era starship, and if I was a Republic captain, I definitely would utilize one of these suckers. But definitely well worth the wait, and definitely I would highly recommend it. I mean, if not for the characters like Eth Koth, Quinlan Voss, and Commander Wolf, get it. This is something. This particular set, I just absolutely love. It's my favorite class of starship in the Star Wars line. I guess I keep rambling on how much I like it that much, so you guys get the gist. But I will say a few issues on this. One being the gap right in here, and you can actually see the gap. Can you? I don't know. There's a gap right in between the pod here and the main hull. So that kind of bothers me a little bit. So at some point I would seal it off. And I think even the rear itself, the underside of the rear here, I would say I'm a little bothered by some of the exposure, but then again, it looks more appealing from the top. Whoops! There goes the pod. So I would almost do a few other changes, and of course one of the big changes I did do was the bottom turrets here. They will turn, so I was able to accomplish that little task. But other than that, this is an altogether well put together set, and I wish they would do another one. If they actually did a UCS version of this ship, darn right I would get it. Either be this variant or the one from Episode 1. That would be an awesome UCS set if they actually decide to do that. So I don't think there's anything else for me to say on this set, so I would say that would be my review. So that was my review on the Republic Frigate, and if you liked that video, please feel free to leave a like down below, and if you want to see more of this content, come join the Wolf Pack by hitting the red subscribe button down below as well, and also leave a comment or like some feedback from anyone who will come across this channel, either sometime after it's uploaded or even after the review on my Grand Fleet, and if you've made it to the end of this video as well. I don't believe that many people do, but I'm not really complaining because I'm doing this channel for fun. So I don't think there really is anything much for me to say other than recommending this set in particular because it is an awesome set. I love it. It's my favorite, and I'm done rambling on that. And I believe all that's left for me to remind you that Jesus loves you more than Emil and Barney does, and I'll see you guys next time.